Okay. Let's get chat over here. Yeah, unlock the potion storage. Oh, there's so many bank spaces. I have 80, 90, I have 121 bank spaces now. So excited about bank spaces. Now I need the reagent pouch. I actually need other stuff, but I don't know if I want to stay here that long. I'd rather come back. But I still need a bunch of live points. So that's the only thing I'm gonna go for. Wait, do you actually get... Do you get more XP by turning in all of it? Or does it matter? So you get a bonus? What's a bonus? Wait. In reality, most experience earned per herb is in between these values, and due to the minigame mechanics allowing players to skip potions they do not wish to create, an average value cannot be calculated. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you skip certain potions, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure I'm correct on this. What did I just say? Kind of high, I don't remember. Oh yeah, I can skip potions. Okay, cool. So I'm not doing any... I'm not doing the green and blue potions. We only want to do red, I think. Okay, so reagent pouch. I need 4,000. I think I need a few green and I'm good on blue. So we just need like very few green, very few blue. All right. Cool. What's up, James? What's up, Nate? No, don't do that. Okay. No, yeah, I'm good. Alright, so do we have any digweed? No, we don't. Cool. What's up, Jasper? Are they actually called Mix-a-Lot potions, or is it just because it's oh, it's literally called Mix-a-Lot? Okay. Gotcha. Okay, so it's not gonna hurt me if I just skip these potions. Because that would actually be pretty cool. Nope, still get the same XP. Okay, cool. 2 Mix-a-Lots. Mix-a-Lot of potions. How does this go to an hour? Sorry, I wanted to skip songs. I was like over here. Oh, too much. I like this section. There's like a 20-minute section in this 3-hour video that I really like, and that's about it. Okay, just to make sure, I have enough to get... Okay, I just need lie. So we're only doing red now. Oh yeah, actually, alright, so I forgot I got videos too. I wanted to watch this.
Hey. Oh, hey. You doing okay? Are you new here? Hey, welcome to RuneScape. It's been quite an adventure I've had over the last few days. You could slay a chicken or a cow or start a new quest. Yeah, I've done those things. It's been a childhood dream fulfilled and everything, but I saw a few people go PKing and they didn't respawn, so don't do that. If you find a way to get out, please let me know. Can't guarantee you'll live, but I can guarantee you'll have an adventure. So you can hang around with me and I'll show you around. Let's find a place to sit down, just you and me.
I'm confused. Is this like... it's like Jimmy... but not.
Good old mushroom here. While we're stuck here, we might as well have a little chat. Recently, my friend and I made a plugin that helped us scam scammers. It was pretty awesome, but then I got hundreds of comments right around the same time, saying that the plugin we made got their accounts hacked or infected their computers. That's right, I stole your accounts. All 7,000 of you that installed the plugin. It turns out those hundreds of comments were written by AI-powered bots.
Yo, alright, so story. I worked for this company and I managed... Should I say that? Never. Okay, so story time. I work for this company and I basically like manage the YouTube and I'm basically going through the comments every day. So you'll have a bot that'll comment something and it'll be like, I made this much money doing this thing. And then you'll have bots that comment under it and they're like, oh my gosh, I've been in this situation. How do I learn about this? And then someone will comment underneath and be like, I'm in the same situation. How can I learn about this? And then the original bot will like try to post a number in different messages. And then the other bots will comment about that number. It's crazy. And then you have to like go through and ban all the bots below the message and then the original bot. It's like a whole thing.
And I was able to clear my name and it all ended up happily ever after. Except for this one cat person that believed all the bots. This cat man here got convinced that I was with the scammers. I asked for him to reply to my response video, the video I made to clear my name from the slander of the AI bots. And here's how I thought that exchange would go.
Do not take me for some conjurer of cheap tricks. I am not trying to rob you. I'm trying to help you.
Meow meow. And that would have been really awesome, but he didn't even reply. But while we're stuck here together, we may as well have a talk about a topic that I've had a particular interest in for the last 5 years. Something I care about because I've invested way too much time into this game. The demise of gambling in RuneScape. But first, all this wouldn't be possible without Ironside. I've been using an Ironside PC for the last 6 years, but now that I make IRL segments, I need to edit 4K HD footage. And so I need modern CPU and RAM to make these videos. So I contacted Ironside to see if they'd sponsor this video with their Model O pre-built PC, because I want to edit without lag, do farm runs on 3 accounts at once, and enable all of these plugins. A few years ago, I built a computer for my brother, and with that experience, I knew I never wanted to do all of that.
Yo, it's so much fun. What?
Ever again. So after a wait, Ironside got back to us and sent a PC that is plug and play. such a nice unboxing experience, and I had the PC running faster than you can say graphics card. And I don't have any lag anymore. I highly recommend checking out Ironside PCs with the top link in the description. They're also doing a giveaway now for a limited edition PC with massive specs called Eden's Veil. To enter for free, follow the giveaway link in the description by October 22nd at midnight. And massive thanks to Ironside for making all this possible. From the ashes of the duel arena came the era of deathmatching. Two players would just agree to go into the PvP zone and not eat food, not teleport, and they would just hit each other until one of them died. Now I know what you're thinking, there's no way that could go wrong. Like, they agreed they wouldn't use vengeance or eat food. Oh, looks like he casted vengeance, but it was probably a misclick. Oh, ate some food too. Wait, this is crazy, man. People are scamming each other. Okay, but rest assured, some heroic people have come forward and are bringing order to this chaos. But not without taking a cut for themselves and starting some people's lifelong gambling addictions. Opportunistic players started deathmatching clans that would take a commission from clients for taking stakes and then paying out the winner. Or the ranks in these deathmatching clans would simply go up against the customers themselves. So just as a small example, these deathmatching clans spent thousands of dollars on paying the membership expenses on bots that would advertise their deathmatching clan. And you might wonder, why would they do that if they're just making coins in the game? Well, they were trading the coins for real life money, so yeah. And apparently it was lucrative enough for multiple clans to start doing this. So they did. A lot of people started competing against the original clan. And I don't think you would call this like a loving relationship between the clans. It was more like a visceral hatred. They'd send all kinds of nasty threats to one another. They'd try to get each other's personal information to send a SWAT team to their competition's house and stuff like that. I don't know what they do, but I heard some pretty bad things. These e-gangs spent the better part of the last couple years attacking or slandering each other until at least one of the clans just quit altogether. Jegex's rule against player-run games of chance was definitely a rule, but it's kind of like the rule against account sharing. Is it really a rule? Now, this whole deathmatching thing, it's still just gambling, but with a few more hurdles to jump over. You need to actually be kind of skilled at the game because there are all these juking mechanics, and you also need to somehow avoid scammers. And there's also Goose and West Ham who will happily take your bank from you the moment you step into the PvP zone. But the odds being stacked against them doesn't really matter to the people that are gambling. I mean, they're addicted to gambling, so their brains are more AFK than I am at Redwoods. But despite all the problems with death matching, I thought it'd be impossible for Jagex to moderate a rule against it. But hey, lo and behold, the old school team said death matching would become a bannable offense. And I don't think anybody really expected this at all. It was about as surprising as rank 5 overall getting permanently banned. Pretty cool, but also really unexpected. I wanted to celebrate the end of deathmatching, so on the last day where it was allowed, I went to the deathmatcher's home world, the high-risk world, and I went PKing.
Why? Why would she go PKing? Damn, I really went to work and came back and you're still out here mixing? Yup. And we got the potion storage. Freed up like 60 bank slots. It's been my accomplishment.
Oh. What? What? Why'd he die? Happy days. Oh man. Yeah, I still don't know what happened.
Yeah, new minigame. Except I don't like Giants Foundry. This is more bearable to me than Giants Foundry, but I mean, yeah, pretty much. It just came out with Marlowmore Part 2. You get a bunch of, if you're gonna do Herblore, I would recommend coming here and doing it for the rewards, because you get a bunch of good stuff.
There. Well, since the duel arena is gone, and deathmatching is against the rules, where does that leave the gamblers? I was minding my own business at the Grand Exchange, but then I see an advertisement for what seems to be a giveaway, 20 mil hourly and many more. Well, I'm not just gonna sit around and waste GP, I'm gonna scoot my booty over there. But wait, there's already another person advertising a different clan hall. What are these guys up to? I was gonna find out. I haven't really used the clan hall system before, but I knew I wanted to join this guy's hall as soon as possible because I suspected, yeah, flower poker. These guys are gambling. And this particular kind of gambling has been against the rules for over 10 years. But they think that they can get away with it so long as they're in this secluded space. But now I've come on my main account. Let's see what these guys do. Wow. What's going on here? Hey guys.
Hey.
What's going on here?
Have you played? Oh, okay. Well, that answers that question. Yeah, they actually did with hunting. They came up with Varlamore Part 1. They have hunter rumors. It's kind of like contracts, but for hunting. Way, way better. It makes time go by faster. You get a bunch more rewards. They have like a hunter set. They have a new hunter pet. Yeah, hunter's fun now. How much do you weigh? I think like 150. Something like that.
Oh no, run! Run!
I'm like 5'10".
Get out of here! Oh yeah, drop party. Oh my gosh, they're dropping like flies. He's running away. Oh my goodness. No way. Oh my gosh. They all fled so fast. Oh my goodness. No stats on the high scores. This guy's one of them too. All right, well, we do have to report at least one. I cleared them all out. Oh, we got one coming back. Hey. Oh my goodness. Is this the mule? Oh. Oh.
Yeah, if you do hunter rumors and then what are they called? House contracts? I forgot. I think they're house it's like, yeah, house contracts, whatever. It's not bad. Yeah, old school RuneScape takes a lot of time. Yeah, that minigame. Yeah. That thing.
Oh. I was removed from the clan hall. I was just kicked. They weren't too happy I was there. Hey, buddy. Okay, what? This is the clan owner. He's upset.
Let's dance instead of gambling.
Okay, we're gonna go try another one. Apparently this is the biggest gambling clan of all time. Okay, we got one log out so far. Hey everyone! How are you? What's going on here?
He's just reporting every single person.
Now they can't type. I was removed. Oh my goodness. And then I found a streamer doing the same thing.
Look, it's gonna be cold. Are you guys ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Are you guys ready?
I wonder if...
Yeah, Mahogany Homes, that thing. Does this yeah, Mahogany Homes, or if you just sit there and build if you have enough GP and you just sit there and build mahogany tables, that's not bad. They changed some stuff for construction so it's easier. I think with like the left click or right click, something like that. I don't remember 100%. They canceled Artisan. I didn't even know Artisan was a thing. Is that like fire making? They updated Winter Todd. Yeah, it's more valuable, or yeah, it's more cost effective to do it this way. It's less XP, more cost effective, better rewards. I don't know. I'm probably gonna make stand, but I want all the rewards because you get like 15% chance to get a 4-dose potion, and then the goggles is like a 10% chance to not use reagents, and then the reagent pouch lets you make 27 potions in one inventory instead of 14. Oak Larder Gang, yeah. Oak Larder Gang. Add another pretzel and old fashioned. Bro, give me that pretzel. Every time you mention the pretzel, I want a pretzel. I want a big fluffy pretzel. Artisan was a skill that features skilling assignments. Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of it. Yeah, all the rewards are cool. And then you have potion storage where you put all your potions that are in your bank into like a separate part of your bank. This is storage, but you don't use bank slots. Big fluffy pretzel with cheese, bro. You make me hungry. In like 2016, it was pulled and felled. Oh. Yeah, I didn't even play in 2016. But did you get all the doses? You could literally just go there and take shots of every potion. Just pop, 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 pop. Just pop, 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 pop.
He is ready.
You know, polls in old school RuneScape, unless it has to do with the wilderness, they're getting passed. At least nowadays, if you poll something for old school RuneScape, it's passing. Unless it has to do with the wilderness or PKing, then it's probably not. Because no one likes it. It's fun to watch, but like, no one really does it. If they scrap selling and put in Beyblades, that would probably be my next 99 Beyblade. I see you're still at it. Partly. Right now I'm just staring at chat. I started in 2007 and played OSRS since release in 2013. I played until Summoning got released, and then I played like once a year for one day a year. And then I started like 3 years ago again. The wilderness is still active. Yeah. I mean, like, people still PK and people still do wilderness. But yeah, it's not the majority of the player base anymore, where it used to be the majority of the player base played for PKing, but now it's just not like that anymore. You tried that 97 to 99 firebreaking, got tired of Winter Todd. Yeah, they changed Winter Todd as well. You can go in there with like cake now, no matter what hit points you are. And they changed the amount of times that you get interrupted. So it's not as horrible. It never was horrible, but it's not as annoying. Dude, I learned gear swaps with Zulrah, and I was like, this is as fast as I can do it. They're like, you can do it in one click or in one tick. I can do it in 3 ticks. You know, I'm not great. I know that. It's okay. I'm not even gonna try it. Yeah, you get a warmth meter, and you can just eat cake. No, if you I'm pretty sure if you lose all your warmth, you just die. So if you're hardcore, don't lose all your warmth. But all you need is like cake. It takes like 1 cake to go from 0 to full warmth. I think that's what I heard. And you don't get interrupted as much. You gotta try to kill for 500k today. GZ. It would take years for me to get good, but also the fact that people can just buy their way to winning. Dude, it would take me years to even kill someone. Yeah, no drops below 50. Oh, so you've tried the winter top thing? I want to try it, but also I just want to get base 90s before I do anything. LMS is a safe way to practice. Dude, every time I've done LMS, I'm just like it's fun for like 30 minutes, and then it's like, okay, I've gotten destroyed every single time I've got in here. I'm good. I'm gonna go do something else.
Where Falador?
It's cold. What did I tell you? You see?
Kimp Q.
Hey, where Falador?
What the heck? What the fuck, Ahmad?
Muting powers.
Can I play Garden Party?
Okay.
Oh shit, he's a P-Mod. I forgot he's a P-Mod.
Kicked. Yet again. Nobody wants me at their garden party. However, I did manage.
Happy October. Happy October. What are y'all doing? I mean, I guess some people party. I just play RuneScape and work. Are those anti-blue light glasses? No. No, my glasses are just broke, so I'm wearing like sunglasses pretty much indoors. When you okay RuneScape release, I don't know. Nah, people already do that though. Like people already make graphics mods for RuneScape. I don't think you could make. I mean, I guess you could make it look better, but at that point, it's just gonna get clunky and gross. They're already making a survival game with Unreal Engine 5. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. The survival game. I think it's set in the RuneScape universe, but not like in RuneScape. I think that'll be pretty cool. Yeah, you got the HD plugin already. You got 117 HD. You got RuneScape 3. Yeah, a lot of people like a lot of people like this. It makes you feel good. But me personally, I just I like the better, a little bit better looking. I have friends who are addicted to this shit. I got, what was it? I got what was appealing about it. Got stuck in Rat Quest when they forced me to play it. Are you talking about the rat catchers thing? I feel like if you didn't like, I probably wouldn't have played RuneScape if I had to learn all the things that I didn't know. Like I knew what all the ores and the trees and like the fish in most places and stuff. Like whenever I came back, so I didn't really have to like. I had to learn a whole bunch, but it wasn't like a crazy amount. But my coworker at work, he was like, "Yeah, I played old school RuneScape for about 15 minutes, and I had to look this thing up." And then after I looked that thing up and did it, I had to look this other thing up. So then I stopped playing it. And I was like, yeah. I was like, sometimes, you know, you just don't want to do that in a video game. Yeah, the game's fun. I like it because you can like, you can do fast-paced stuff that's like super demanding. I guess like you could actually play, where you can do AFK stuff and just kind of chill. Is this official? What does official mean? Like, is this actually old school? This is old school. It's not like a private server or anything. I love Search the Wiki Simulator. It really is though. And it's funny because it's like, it's even gotten to the point to where like, if you do anything in RuneScape, it's like, all right, before I do this, let me look it up on the wiki, make sure the XP is going to be right. Let me make sure the GP, how much am I going to spend? How much time is this going to take? And then you're like, all right, so I got the basics. Now we can go do the thing. Learn Zora without looking up any help. I did not. And then King Condor came out with a guide that was like, hey, if he does this, go here. And then if he does this, go here. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Did you know all of Wikipedia is like 100 gigabytes? I did not. You've been doing Moon Apparel for Moon's Apparel for 7 hours? That's crazy. To not have to not have a drop.
Managed to catch the guy when he had around 8 bill on him. Reported him to Jagex, and I can say that he got permanently banned.
Lemon Zulu, yo bro. I hope you're having a good day. And thank you.
In addition to everyone else I reported this video, I also reported these guys. But if Jagex doesn't get them all, then I guess you and I are going to have to do that. It wasn't so bad, and hey, you didn't die. Now, go train on some hill giants, you big noob, and subscribe so we can do this again sometime.
That video kind of reminded me of like a Jimmy video, but also like something else. And then also like a bot busting video, but it wasn't bots. Stats. I have big stats. They're massive stats. Are you sure you're ready to see my stats? Because they're pretty big. Pretty big stats. Yeah, I don't know if you can handle this. Chaos, yo, what up, bro? How have you been, man? He do, though.
No.
They're huge. Oh, sorry. That genuinely kind of hurt my ears, actually. Okay.
If you couldn't hear what he said because that was some of the
I didn't like that.
highest pitch speaking we have ever heard on this channel, he just stated that he tied the Duke world record speed run at 1 minute flat with 60 milliseconds. Skill
Uno momento. 1,700 subs. GZ, bro. Very nice.
Specs was having a little bit of fun with Sick Nerd and Pure Spam, but just have a little look at what the ogre does when Pure Spam says he looks quite pretty.
Oh, someone said I look pretty. Thank you. Do you
Jay,
agree,
you
Adam?
look pretty.
Yeah, Jay does. With his little band on.
Bro, how do you play like that? How do you play with the sound on? Like, I used to do this as a joke. I made, like, shorts and all kinds of stuff as a joke. How do you play with this?
You're so lame, Jay, bro. I just saw you.
Like, he's just genuinely sitting there playing with 100,000 pickaxes going off at the same
Smiling
time.
when you put like a tough guy face after, bro. Oh.
Some of you might have caught it, the stream almost missed it, but there was a little smirk.
You guys want to hear it again?
Bro. Oh.
Some of you might
Band on.
You're so lame, Jay, bro.
How do you play like that?
He couldn't contain that gorgeous smile, but don't lie, all of us would have a cheeky little grin if we got given a nice compliment. Not everyone
Well, I gotta go as well. Y'all be safe. Stay on the grind. Go come base noisy. Thank you so much. Have a good night, man.
caught this, but Lake actually got chanced on his hardcore Iron Man at Nex.
No. Holy sh! Terrifying.
A chance nonetheless, but do not worry because his luck was about to change when the drops started pouring in.
Oh my god. Bro. If you ask enough time, it happens. If you ask enough times, it happens. Oh my god. Holy sh! That's I don't have ACB, but that's for the ZCB, man. If you ask enough,
Is it really if you ask enough times, or is it that you just keep mindlessly doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over until it happens? And then you just ask every single time. So I guess it kind of is correlation kind of okay.
times it happens, dude. Holy sh! Man.
So of course the only logical thing to do was pack his invent and head straight to Sarah to try and receive that bow.
Yeah, the dream is alive, man. 4 out of 6 with no dupes is... Oh my god. Okay, you're still at the bank, right, man? you're still at the bank, right, man?
The man literally only got there. He's got a full invent of supplies. That is just far too lucky. But if we are talking about lucky things that happened, this group Iron Man was just doing a little bit of Zora trying to get some items for his team. And he received the Tan's Fang and the Magic Fang in the exact same drop, which is just out of control.
Actually crazy.
We've seen it happen before, but the RNG for that to happen is absolutely outrageous. But can you believe this exact group account has received a double drop from Zora with 2 Onyxes, which we showed on the channel a few months ago.
Oh, yes, Behemoth, you loser. I can't wait to see you at Runefest. I'm gonna not physically assault you. I got words to say to you for stealing all my bro.
Now, I'm pretty sure Skinny Clouds is referring to Tasty, so I'll be okay to meet him in the bathrooms at Runefest. I logged on to Reddit this morning and almost had a heart attack. I saw this post after 20 years. Ash has just announced that he's leaving Jagex at the end of the month to pursue a new role in the industry. And this had over 8,000 upvotes. It looks so legit. I clicked on it, very worried I was about to get the title ready for this video. But everyone, please calm down. This was just a troll. Pretty funny if you look at the account's username, but there we have it. Nearly the entire community got trolled, including myself. But into some darker truths of the RuneScape community. Unfortunately, this player has been playing the game trying to have a little bit of fun. And I don't know if he was doing some role play or just meeting some friends on World 301 and 302, where they're very social at the Grand Exchange with lots of players just chatting around.
You guys been... You guys have just been watching me? Why didn't one say anything?
Around, but there is a very dark side that hang out there, and unfortunately for Lunar Law, the submitter of this, he is claiming that some of these accounts actually doxed him in real life, and they had so much of his personal info, they were exploiting him, saying he had to do all sorts of things, I don't know, trade over some money, or perhaps they were just trying to harass him with all of this very important and very personal information that they dug up. Maybe he told them a little bit too much about him, but regardless, they were giving all of his information away on the world. I don't want to go into it too in depth because I don't know the ins and outs of he said, they said, she said, whatever was said. But remember, the internet can be a very dark and scary place. Be very careful, especially around the GE on those worlds, because it's usually full of scammers and doxers. Dino Breaker was just doing his first ever kill of the crazy archaeologist. He was very excited but didn't actually realize what got dropped.
Sweet.
Wait, what? What? Oh my god! 1KC!
And on a highlight channel, it doesn't get very better than a 1KC drop.
Zombie axe, Alfie.
Where is your zombie axe fingers?
Exactly.
Where is it?
Where is my zombie axe, man? I'm gonna do some quest, and if I've finished my quest and not have a zombie axe, I'm gonna be cross.
No, I still have to get smithing. It's gonna be a while until you get it, but yeah. Where's my broken zombie axe?
Take your time, little bro.
I will.
You had to be greedy and get a zombie champion scroll, didn't you, bro?
Moving trees, all your
Honestly, where the f are you guys going?
There it is. There's my zombie axe.
You got it.
There we go.
And this one was rightfully titled, All You Gotta Do Is Complain, and you received the drop, but Alfie certainly had a little bit more RNG installed today.
I wanted to do it together, bro. I had to be done.
I mean, I've got so many logs for the
Ooh, another zombie axe. There we go.
Another one.
Nice.
My man, Alfie, coming
number
through.
3 to go.
And if 2 wasn't enough to receive, he did not want to leave just yet, and look what he got.
I've got 94 energy and I'm going over this, mate.
Hey, number 3. There we go. Now we're talking.
So it took him over 1,500 KC to get 1, but then within about 300 KC, he received 3 of those bad boys.
It doesn't do more damage. No, it just like allows me to hit. Oh my gosh, number 4. Nice. One more to go.
Fucking hell, Alfie. Chill.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, number 5. I'm done. Oh, that's it. I'm done. Huh.
Wait, you're done? You're free, Alfie?
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
You're so lucky. My
Why do you need
good
5?
time for a good fuck.
Nice.
And 5 axes is more than enough for one single video, so we're officially going to axe this segment right now. Perp was doing a little bit of PKing with Skidler, but unfortunately Perp just couldn't seem to locate the person they were trying to kill. He had something turned on.
John, I just watched him run past you.
I didn't see him. I genuinely didn't see him. Honestly.
He's right there.
Where?
He'd run past you, and I've just watched him log out right here.
Mate, someone in my chat says Entity Hider. I've got Entity Hider on.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is fucking jokes.
A very nice blunder. Poor Skidler didn't know what was going on, wondering why Perp was not attacking that guy. Mr. Billen here has a top page rank at the Leviathan. It's because he's just missing one simple thing.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Unfortunately, no pad for him, but closing in on 10,000 KC, that would have taken a lot of hours. Netkisser and 2 others finishing off this raid, and it's exactly what you'd expect someone to pull.
Twisted.
Oh my god, 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 yo, clip it, Grave, clip it, yo, Grave.
And hopefully that audio was...
Thank you. Thank you for reducing that audio.
Lowered, and hopefully that dirty, disgusting Iron Man doesn't get any of that split on his main.
Sarah, can you give me a drop? Go on, die there, so I don't need to run around anymore. Like. ACB. Oh, yes! Yes!
Yes!
Streamer literally calls the drop. That one came in at 212 KC. A big GZ to Skobog.
Yes, Cam. I'm starting to. It's all clicking. It's all start. Oh my god! Oh my god!
I'm so young. Oh my god. I'm gonna tell you. Hello? That is not to tell you.
And if you think that's bad for Miss Potato, wait till you see what Dino said.
I literally, I feel my penis, man. It like, you know, it goes like that. It's like, oh, and then it just falls off.
We appreciate every single daily like, and we'll see you legends tomorrow.
What?
For those that don't genuinely know, and type as many PogChamps as you want, I don't really care. Do it. I will be making a new hardcore next year. Not a group. And I'm making it for YouTube series. It's going to be, I want to do a hardcore to a Grandmaster. And I'm actually going to get, like, intros and shit made and actually go for a good series and whatnot. But it's a long way away. But I've kind of been having this little bit of a throff to do it. So I might do that. Now, the whole thing is, if you think about it, a hardcore to GM is literally just making a hardcore and playing it until you get GM, which takes freaking forever. I can't exactly speedrun it or anything. So it's kind of like disguised in that or anything. But I would like to complete all my raids and shit first. I want to have all these handsomely greened. And once they're green, I need this greened as well. And that's when I make it. So I'm just full-time now, TOA, LMS, TOB, and Chambers. Once it's all done, I wait for Runefest announcements in March. I don't think I'll be done by then. And then we're good, man. Praisefoot did it the second time in 6 months. So I don't think I play as much, but if I think I could probably do it in, like, I don't know. I'll see how it goes. It's fine. I'm not getting an editor. I'm going to edit it. I am just going to be commissioning someone to create me an intro. I'm not going to tell you who I'm commissioning, but you all know if you know me very well. And you can all type the name of the pod if you want, but yeah. Yeah. 1,000 hours of Slayer. 1,500 hours of Slayer, actually, you know. Yeah. But yeah, one thing that also half sells me on making a new solo hardcore is one, telecrystals. Two, my internet is better, although recently it's been scuffed.
Hope all is well. It is. Thank you, Lunar. Hope all is well with you as well.
A lot better at the game now than I was when I made any of my previous hardcores. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. Sicknade, Alfie coordinating birdhouses together. Bro, Alfie is going to be the absolute backbone of that team, bro. Did you confirm you're going to do solo hardcore instead of group hardcore after the main goals?
Dude, I don't even see the dickweed. Like... Maybe I just don't notice it until I get a Mix-a-lot potion, but I don't ever see them.
Yes, but I'm going to do group as well once a group forms that I wish to play.
Dickweed, yeah. Dickweed.
That will put my solo on pause. So I'm going to make my solo, build it all up, and then as soon as a group announces that I want to play, I'm going to restart and do it all again with a group. And then when the group is over, I return to the solo. I don't know what the group's going to be, but my wild prediction right now, I don't have all the proof, but it might be Farmers V3, because I have a feeling that Curtis doesn't want to play Farmers V3. Now,
Dick and weed.
I don't know if he's confirmed this, but I think he wants to just play as Iron Man. If that's true, then if he drops out and then Denise drops out as well, that leaves 2 spots. And if that's me and Sicknade, I'm 100% going to join. Because me...
You said Dick.
Sicknade, Ferroidy, and Mr. Mammal, I'm very happy to play that team. Now, I don't know, and I don't want to spread rumors on if Curtis is playing or not. I think I've heard from a few people, but this is me going on Twitch viewers and shit. Kick chat, like, selling shit. Real answer, after Kick contracts, we will revive the Twitch channel with a hardcore room. No, I think at this point, the hardcore, that was kind of, well, that wasn't the plan, but that was going to be the plan, because I said that I was going to make a hardcore in September of 2025, which is also when my Kick contract is going to expire. But I feel it might get made a bit earlier now, because I'm just going to glass cannon my raids. The league will keep me busy, and then I'll continue raids after that. And then, yeah, I think once I've done all that, I'll have no excuse, and I'll be very interested to make a hardcore. I hope I don't burn out from the raids, though, because I'm just, like, wanting to do the hardcore, like, potentially, like, too badly. I doubt that happens, but it probably could. Consider group or solo? This is going to be solo, because it's a YouTube series. I will do a group as well at some point. It will happen, and I'll put that on pause, but that group one will be stream content. So the hardcore I'm making, I mainly want to make a YouTube series out of it, a really good one. It's my first series since Infernal came from scratch, to put in perspective. So I'm going to put a bit of effort into it and do some research and try and make it a banger. Then when I do a group, which will definitely happen, could also happen in 2025, I will be doing that for stream content mainly. I might not make videos on it, but I'll probably maybe just snatch an editor or some shit to do group. I made no content on the what's it called, the All-Stars, because I just didn't bother. I didn't really like how I would create videos of the group content. Oda group, unfortunately, the group requires you to be over 4'11". So unfortunately, guys, as much as we really wanted the O, we could now. When did you get the hardcore itch? Honestly, it came out of nowhere, really, but I think it's all the talk of the new group hardcore. And then the main thing I think is the jingle RS that I've been doing. Combine those two together, just the fact that I started the jingle and the new hardcore team got made. I keep hearing the nostalgic tracks I hear on a brand new hardcore when I'm walking around like a wizard hat and fighter staff. And it's made me just want to make a new one. Spring next year, I'm thinking I need to wait for the Runefest announcements. But yes, I'll be starting another hardcore, and it'll mainly be a YouTube series, but I will, of course, be, well, streaming the bulk of the progress, but I will be still focusing my health, so I'll probably still only be shooting like 7.
What is he doing TOA to? It sounds like the Titanic.
Now is it so?
Evening of November. It is the evening of November 19th, 2012. RuneScape players across the world are nestled in their beds, anxiously awaiting the next morning. You see, tomorrow, the most polarizing update in RuneScape history is slated to be released. It's called the Evolution of Combat, or EOC for short. The goal of this update is to fundamentally overhaul the combat and mechanics of RuneScape, bringing it more in line with modern MMOs, with action bars, with abilities, cooldowns, something that RuneScape has never had. They don't know it yet, but this is—
Wow, that sounds really cool. That sounds like something they should do in old school.
Going to be the downfall of one of the oldest and greatest MMOs of all time. The next morning, EOC is launched, and in the span of 1 week, one single week, over 1 million active paying members are lost.
BRB.
The player count slowly rises again, but even at its peak, the player count decreased by 400,000, and from there, it continued to decrease. The writing was on the wall here. RuneScape's end was near. That was 12 years ago, and as you can probably tell from the title, that didn't happen. RuneScape did not die. In fact, quite the opposite, because currently, RuneScape is more popular than it's ever been. We are at the highest concurrent player count of all time. So what the hell happened? Let's go back to EOC for a second. I'm bringing up EOC because that update did mark the near death of the game, but through a series of very good decisions and quite a bit of work, the developers of the game, Jagex Studios, managed to save RuneScape. And we're gonna talk about why and how they were able to do that, because the modern gaming industry, if you haven't noticed, is in a bit of a rut right now. I think a lot of companies can and should take note of how Jagex has handled this and how they've made their game irreplaceable. Like, somehow this game is more popular than it was 20 years ago. When does that ever happen? Now, this might be the most important thing that I say for this entire video, so pay close attention. The Bush administration is not innocent. I was there the morning of Tuesday, so kidding. What I absolutely have to drive home, though, is that RuneScape is not a game for everyone. And I don't think it should be, because that is a strength that so many modern games are afraid of leaning into. And if that confuses you, don't worry, because we're gonna talk all about that. But first, let's do a little history lesson. So RuneScape was released on January 4th, 2001. That makes this game nearly 24 years old. That is one of the longest running MMOs in history, and to put it in perspective, okay, that is older than most of Leonardo DiCaprio's girlfriends, and that is so old that Dr. Disrespect won't even message it. Is it too late to make that joke? Is that moment past? So what's the secret to RuneScape's success here? It has not been a smooth road, right? But great games are seldom made easily. EOC was not actually the only time this game has had a really big downswing as well. So for the non-RuneScape players here, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a timeline because it gets pretty confusing. So RuneScape Classic was released in 2001, and then came RuneScape 2 in 2004. Now this is the game that we all played as kids. This is the game that everybody recognizes. The dreaded EOC that we talked about happened in 2012, and then Jagex, seeing the utter destruction that caused for their game, did something that was completely unprecedented. I don't think any developer had ever done this, or maybe still even has done it. They released a poll to the players asking if we wanted legacy servers, essentially a reboot of how the game was before EOC. They straight up admitted, like, hey, nobody likes this. Should we just run this back? You just want to try again? Jagex said that if 50,000 players were interested, they would do it. 50,000. 450,000 people signed that petition, nearly 10 times the requirement, and they did it. They released Old School RuneScape in 2013. Now, Old School started as a snapshot of the game as it was in 2007, and this is like the absolute peak. This is when we all played it as kids. That's when I played it. I'm assuming that's when most of you played it. But from that point, they then branched off. They made new content, new bosses, new quests. It did not follow the same path. And most importantly, there was no EOC. The simple mechanics of RuneScape, which is honestly what attracted everyone in the first place over all the other MMOs, those were here to stay. Now, Old School RuneScape is the game that everybody plays now. This is the one we're talking about. That EOC version we talked about, that became RuneScape 3, which is now a microtransaction-filled bastard MMO, but we're also going to talk about that. We're far past the intro here, but I'm going to introduce myself anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tasty Life.
It's funny that like Old School RuneScape and RuneScape are like by the same company and kind of share a player base, but we all talk shit about RuneScape 3. I just think it's funny.
Welcome to the channel. Strap in because this is gonna be a long one. Galenor really is a beautiful world when you take the time to look at the detail.
And did you make a lot of money on it whenever it came out? I just started it like yesterday, I think.
The love, the fantasy, hand woven into this game by the developer. Oop, what? Why did my Oculus orb turn off? Oh my god, red alert! I'm being hacked by the North Koreans! That's why that picture of Foe is on my desktop! I'm kidding, but if you take your online security seriously like I do, you have no excuse to not be using a VPN. Which is why today's video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. With all the companies that track our data, all the ways that people can gain access to our personal information, safety has never been more important. All those apps asking us if we want our data tracked and we click no, you think that works? All of a sudden these giant tech companies are our Little Red Riding Hood? Or the Three Little Piggies? I don't remember the story. But you get the gist, they're not. ExpressVPN hides your IP so that data brokers cannot get their hands on it. Safety first. ExpressVPN will keep you safe from hackers and third parties trying to monitor your data by encrypting and rerouting 100% of your online browsing activity. Sponsoring this video. There are a few things that make RuneScape very unique in the landscape of MMOs, and I'd actually argue that RuneScape is the single most distinctive and recognizable game in the genre. From the wildly nostalgic music.
You made 200, so don't destroy them? Oh. Dang. I've destroyed a bunch of them too. I was like, what do I do with these? Dang. Oh well. At least I know now.
The famous low poly
Thank you.
art style, and its most notorious aspect, the blindingly long grinds. Everybody knows RuneScape. In fact, I'd wager most of the people watching this actively play because you're subscribed to me, because I'm a RuneScape channel. But if you are not though, please subscribe so I can reach 100K and make my full-time pivot into a Wii Bowling YouTuber.
Hey, what's up, Worldwide?
Thank you. So let's talk about the secret of their success here. There's a few general sections, but the first and indisputably most important is the immensely strong identity of RuneScape. We know what we are, and we're not willing to sacrifice that to gain mainstream appeal. Earlier, I said that RuneScape is not a game for everybody, but that's a good thing, so let me explain why. In an era where a majority of titles right now are pushed out by big AAA studios with massive corporations funding them, the goal of modern game development is simply make the most money possible in the shortest amount of time. Quite literally, number go up good, which I recognize the irony of as a RuneScape player. And to clarify, I'm not a complete idiot. I know that it's always been a business and games have always had the goal of making money. It's just that the route that they've taken to get there has changed so drastically over the years. There used to be a really big sense of passion and excitement that you could feel from developers, and to be fair, it is still there, but now they're bound by the
I accidentally mixed my Mix-a-Lot potion.
massive chains of corporatism. It's like if you were a birthday clown and the dad who hired you for his son's birthday was like pointing a gun at you the whole time, like, my kid better like this. And also you make $35,000 a year. The dad is Microsoft in this analogy. Anyway, games used to be made with the goal of making money. Yes, of course. But the only way they could do that was by making a good game with a unique identity that could set itself apart from the crowd. It had to offer a well-crafted experience that you could not get in any other game.
Wait, what? Oh. Yeah, true, it could pop up.
We didn't have patches and DLC. Games had to work out of the box. Games used to come in boxes. I sound like such a fucking boomer right now, dude. The point is that longevity was not only very important, but required for sales. And that was only attainable via a good game. I'm sure you guys can remember being in school and hearing your friends talk about a game. You'd go home and beg your mom to take you to GameStop. You could finally join in with your friends, dude. You'd cradle it on the way home. You'd read the back of the box. You'd read the manual because you couldn't play it yet because you're not home and there's traffic because some idiot plowed through a red light into 3 cars and killed somebody. So now you have to wait an extra 30 minutes to play Skyrim. Still pissed about that. Now, naturally, when a game does well, the goal for any studio would be for their next game to sell more copies, make more money. To do that, they needed more players to buy their games, so ergo, they had to appeal to a wider audience. Pretty simple chain of logic here. So in an effort to do that, studios started changing things about their games that, while giving their games a distinct identity and potentially fostering a sense of community among those who play it, might have also alienated a larger portion of the market. Take a game like Morrowind. I know it's dated now, like no one's gonna argue that, absolutely, it looks terrible. But the RPG experience at the time was completely unparalleled. You'd have to listen to dialogue, you'd have to read dialogue. You'd have to explore towns. You'd have to find clues to progress your quest. It was such an immersive experience. Just talk to anybody who started Elder Scrolls with Morrowind. It's like a CrossFitter and a vegan had a
lagging. 600k? Dang. I've done like 15k. 15k of each.
Baby. They don't shut up.
Wait, how do you know?
But it comes from a place of genuine passion, no hate, unless you're a CrossFitter. The thing is though, not everybody liked games like that. You know, sometimes it was frustrating.
Oh, gotcha.
You could get stuck, you could mess up your game permanently. So with the best of intentions, developers started doing simple things like adding quest markers, okay? Making things easier to find, making storylines less complex. In general, they started focusing on games having more content. The caveat being, the content was a lot more shallow. But hey, all right, more people could buy the game now. You cut to Skyrim, dude, you follow a waypoint, you kill 10 bears. Or if you're lucky, you can run through a Draugr dungeon that's completely identical to the last 7 that you ran through. Skyrim's not a bad game, disclaimer. I actually really like it. It's overhyped, yeah, but this is just an easy example of what I'm talking about. Don't even let me talk about Starfield. In short, developers will gut a game and make longtime die-hard fans quit so they can attract a newer, bigger audience. It gets worse though, okay? Because an even more unfortunate thing, and don't tell Wall Street this, the economy, especially the gaming economy, has a very distinct ceiling. It's not infinite, right? Even if you make the best game in the world, you're gonna run out of people to buy it. So what are you to do, right? When you run out of people to buy your things, but you need to make more money so that Jeff Bezos can afford his 7 super yacht. It's simple. All you need to do is put more things in your game for people to spend money on. This is where Horse Armor fucked it all up. DLC, battle passes, loot boxes. It's free money. Studios don't even have to ship a good product anymore. They have to ship a moderately functional product that can convince children to buy loot boxes, and adults. I've spent thousands on CSGO skins. I am part of the problem. But they're also manipulating our psychology to do this, so don't feel bad, you're a victim. They milk the player base dry for useless cosmetics with shallow gameplay, and when that reality starts to set in for players, bam! New Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, World at War. It's the same thing, but they don't know that. It's genuinely insane. If you guys have been following the disaster that is the new Assassin's Creed, there was this leaked internal memo from the CEO of Ubisoft. So he's talking about how the game was delayed in this excerpt. He says, "The unusual decision at such an advanced stage is motivated by our desire to offer an optimal experience from launch on all platforms and various PC configurations." And are you listening? Okay. "And to remove the small frictions we typically use to address in post-launch title updates." He says this out loud with a little bit of corporate doublespeak, granted. They ship games with bugs so that they can hit earlier deadlines and make more money by fixing things post-launch, because fuck you, you're gonna buy it anyway. And it's sad, dude, because at this size, the gaming industry just feels so disconnected right now. It's as if each of their games are just numbers on a spreadsheet to them, kowtowing to the almighty yet elusive gaming industry. And at some point, they lost sight of the fact that the economy is just an abstraction of actual human beings and their behaviors. You're not playing like a simulator. We're real people who like things and also sometimes do things. And so at the end of the day, what's happened now is that games appeal to the lowest common denominator. In an effort to make everybody like something, you end up with nobody loving it. We haven't even talked about RuneScape in 10 minutes, so I apologize, but this is something that I'm passionate about, and I promise it is very much related. You see, RuneScape has never been afraid of this. We have always had a strong game identity built by leaning into things that some people might not like, but others love. Besides RuneScape 3, which that exact thing happened to, they tried to turn it into World of Warcraft to make it more popular. Didn't work. But since the start of Old School, Jagex has taken very special care to keep the very difficult balance between identity and widespread appeal. We know that we're not for everybody, but we're not trying to be. We can still have a very healthy, strong community and grow naturally. Never to Call of Duty or World of Warcraft size maybe, but what we do have is one of the strongest communities in gaming that we got by keeping that identity strong. At some point down the line, perhaps we've lost the top 1% of purists, but for a net gain of 50% more players while keeping every existing player happy, that's a very solid trade, and most games fail to do that. The secret is in how they have managed to do that. And to spread some light on this topic, we're gonna have to talk about our second section here, which is the game design philosophy of Old School RuneScape. I say second section, but these are all very interwoven concepts, so there's probably gonna be some crossover. The beauty of RuneScape is in its utter simplicity. If you want to do something, you just click on it. That's pretty much it. There's no hotbar, there's no abilities, we don't have cooldowns, we don't have classes. The basic gameplay of Old School is clicking things. Right, we got 23 skills in the game that you perform various actions in, such as mining a rock, cutting a tree, killing a monster. Every action gives you XP and a skill, and that skill levels up to 99. The higher your level, the more methods you get. You get new areas, new quests, new items. It's kind of like Cookie Clicker on steroids, if you guys ever played that. It sounds boring, okay? And for a lot of people, it is, even me sometimes, but at the highest level, this allows for some really creative interactions and encounters. This might sound like I'm wearing a tinfoil hat, but I consider RuneScape to be a cross between 3 games, okay? Starting off with World of Warcraft because it has a basic MMO framework. Counter-Strike is the second one because click accuracy is the biggest skill that you can have in this game, unlike really any other MMO. And the third is Guitar Hero. Like, work with me on this one. The game operates in 0.6 seconds intervals, essentially at 100 BPM, and those are called game ticks. That's the fundamental engine unit. So it's ultimately like a rhythm game in that regard. With all of these together, there are some fascinating patterns that emerge in a very natural feeling way. And I would say the biggest difference in the grand scheme of things in the MMO sector is
yeah, I'm a world 478. I'm about to get off probably after this video though, but I'll be on tomorrow.
the fact that RuneScape has no expansion packs, there's no seasons, there's no new max levels, everything in the game is designed to be there and relevant forever, which poses some balancing difficulty, sure, but I don't think this is either good or bad, it's just a very specific school of design philosophy. If you take a game like World of Warcraft, which that's gonna be a common reference for me because I did a lot of heroic and mythic, whatever it was called, raiding back in Myths and Warlords, those are my qualifications, they're pretty much like, hey guys, Michael Blizzard here, CEO of World of Warcraft. All the content before this expansion pack is worthless. You're gonna spend 1 to 2 weeks doing it to level up your character, and then you can play the game, right? You can grind the 4 dungeons and 2 raids for a year and a half. Have fun. You can even buy really high level characters. You can get heirloom armor to speed up the leveling process. They're basically full sending the idea here that all of the content is the current expansion, which I say somewhat condescendingly, but again, this is not inherently bad or good. These are 2 severely separate design philosophies. They both have their benefits, they both have their drawbacks. The WoW philosophy makes balancing a lot easier, absolutely. It helps keep content fresh, but it also can trivialize a lot of the content that you might find fun. It can force you to grind things that you don't necessarily like, and usually some form of time gating is necessary to keep everybody on a relatively even playing field and not burn out. Now I know I'm simplifying things here, so bear with me. The permanence of content is also what
478
heavily contributes to the identity of old school. If you know anything about RuneScape, you know that the grinds are notoriously long. Some skills take over 300 hours to get max level in. The average time to max a RuneScape account is like 3,000 to 5,000 hours. That's more time than most people put into gaming in general, much less a singular game. This is and has been probably the #1 deterrent for new players. It's very intimidating. If you hear that, there's a good chance you won't even pick up RuneScape. But the beauty of RuneScape is that max level is a massive achievement. It's not even required to play the game to its fullest. Most people never max their account. A lot of people don't even max a single skill. Unlike WoW or other MMOs where you have to hit the level cap and then start playing, the gameplay in RuneScape starts as soon as you spawn in. Jagex has taken a lot of care to curate your experience to feel rewarding and smooth, unlocking new skilling methods and content and quests at a satisfying pace that does not feel forced. If you've ever played RuneScape at any point, you're gonna be familiar with this experience, right? Say you log in and you wanna do a quest today because it gives you a cool sword.
Hey, what's up, Savage?
Well, it looks like to start that quest, you're gonna need a few mining levels to complete it, so let's go do some mining. Well, hold up, what is this? We got a clue scroll from mining? A little treasure map we can follow for some goodies? Oh, but to complete the clue scroll, you need to unlock a new area. That's an entirely different quest. Well, to do that quest, you need to get some thieving levels. But thieving...
He has both ears pierced. It's just one of them's dangly and the other one's not.
is way more efficient if you unlock the rogue's outfit. So let's go do that. I'm gonna stop there, but I'm not exaggerating. Something like that can continue for dozens and dozens of steps. And you're having fun.
My God, you're still here doing the same thing, bro. That's RuneScape. Have you ever played RuneScape? You do the same thing over and 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 over, and then you go do another thing, and then you do that thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. It's the best. Okay, I'm here. Best of luck. Oh, you're here? Yo, what's up? He said that's crazy. Yeah, it is kind of crazy.
The whole way because it's such a natural progression, and those unlocks that you get are permanent and meaningful. Realistically, even if you've played as early as last year, the game's gonna feel very fresh right now because of the sheer amount of content they've added with the express goal of making the early and middle game a much more smooth progression curve. As opposed to like the long, janky stair steps of progress. We're gonna save those for the later levels. And this is something that I've always felt RuneScape could do better at because the grinds are so long, so it's very refreshing to see them actually address this while maintaining the length of the grinds themselves, because as I said, this is such a core part of our game's identity. And that length also lends itself to another very unique facet of RuneScape, which is the complete lack of time-gated content. RuneScape can be picked up whenever you want, for however long you want, and that will never limit the content that you can do. Back when I played WoW, this is during Mists of Pandaria, there was a legendary piece of gear that every player could and should get. It was a cape. If you played back then, you remember. It was by far the best in slot. You couldn't really do high-level raids without it, but to get it, you needed a certain amount of currency in the game. Now that currency.
What is Dofus? At first I thought you said doofus. What is Dofus? Big Juicy. What up, Tego? What up, bro?
Currency could only be gotten from doing raids, but raids can only be done once per week. So you could not just grind out this legendary item by sitting at your desk for 40 hours straight. You basically had to play and log on every week for 12 total, maybe more. It was like 3 to 4 months.
You don't know Doofus? Nah, I knew exactly what you were talking about. I was just acting stupid.
This is not particularly fun, in my opinion here, but it had to be done this way.
No, this guy really, I'm not.
Otherwise, you would complete all the content in like a week and the game would get stale very, very quickly. This is, in my opinion, one of the downfalls of expansion pack style MMOs. Time gating becomes somewhat of a necessity to prevent players from burning through all the content very quickly, and something about that just feels artificial. There were also world bosses in WoW, which is kind of a form of time gating. You have to be online in this specific place at this specific time, otherwise you lose out on the loot. Luckily, these were essentially worthless, but it kind of sucked if you had a real life and you had to schedule that around a video game. I've never played a game that had a fun world boss also. I'm not saying they don't exist, but it's so hard to do those correctly. And RuneScape very recently attempted to introduce a world boss. Jagex presented the concept of the boss Wrathmaw during our summer summit.
I love, this was my favorite part. They were like, introducing Wrathmaw, it's gonna be the new wilderness PvP boss. And as soon as they said wilderness PvP boss, everyone was just like, oh. So we gotta go in the wilderness?
Which is essentially just a biannual event where they tease the content coming for the next couple quarters. This boss is on a spawn timer in only a few worlds 3 times per day. And the cherry on top is that the rewards were exactly like that time-gated currency I described from World of Warcraft. You needed a lot of it to upgrade a weapon. That was the goal of the boss. The math was like insane on their first projection. It would take like a year for a player to farm everything they needed for their own weapon. And the reception to this was understandably terrible. The core identity of RuneScape revolves around not having to do this. We don't want to be beholden to a schedule. We don't want to feel like we have to play at certain times lest we get punished for not. And the community made their voices heard during this, all right? They stood their ground. But this is where Jagex did some good work. I'll give him props. The developer communication with players is next level in RuneScape, and that's something that contributes very heavily to the success of this game. And I say that as someone who has been involved in many gaming communities across the years. Nobody does it like Jagex. You could speak with a developer like fairly easily over social media, Reddit, Twitter. They're really active in a lot of the communities. They even fly out their employees to events like TwitchCon, which is where I personally met 2 JMods. They're really cool guys. They also have a fantastic relationship with all their content creators. They include us in official promo videos for content. They sponsor community ran events. They commission us for work. Like, Jagex has their finger on the pulse. And so all of this culminates in what is actually a very polarizing thing that Jagex does, which is polls. They release polls to the players to help decide the future of old school RuneScape. And if you remember, that's exactly how old school came into existence in the first place. This world boss I was talking about, Rathmaw, they let it loose in the polls. It failed miserably. Shocker. So they went back to the drawing board. They started changing things around. They started talking to the community about what we wanted, and in general, just asking the player base to get a feel for how this should be, which is you never see that in game development at this level. It's very rare. Realistically, that Rathmaw's never coming to the game, but that's the beauty of the polling system, right? The players vote for what we want, and we control the future of the game. But I did say this was a controversial topic, and those of you more astute might have already guessed why. In general, people are stupid. All right, myself included. We're self-interested, we're nearsighted, we're quite literally monkeys that evolved too fast. And so people tend to vote for things that only benefit them, even if it puts the greater game in a worse position. So sometimes we get deadlocked at polls, right? The ultra endgame die-hard RuneScape players actually tend to despise polls because they're a very small minority of the player base. So 90% of people who are voting are players who play the game for 2 hours a week, right? They think, oh cool, this idea would make the game easier for me, I'm gonna vote yes. And then there's the high level guy over in the corner freaking out because they feel like this would fundamentally change a core aspect of the game that made it great in the first place. Now, obviously, the truth is somewhere in the middle of that. Nobody has the privilege of deciding what is best for the game. You're a unique player with a unique viewpoint. You might be attracted to many of the things that make this game great, but that does not make your opinion more correct than someone else who prefers other aspects and maybe doesn't care much for what you like about RuneScape. The ugly truth here is that we need both types of players, right? We need Timmy Two Shoes from Reddit, who doesn't know what a game tick is and thinks that you should be able to trade in 10 fire capes for an infernal cape. RuneScape players game on that one. We need them just as much as we need the sweat lords who eat, breathe, and sleep this game. We exist in a very delicate balance. The noobs give us insight into the portions of our game that are lacking or maybe off-putting to new players. The giga nerds are there to say, hey, we want new players, but not at the cost of something that is so core to the most dedicated section of our player base. If we only have noobs, that means everybody quits at some point, and if we only have giga sweats, that means nobody wants to pick up this game. In either scenario, the game dies. But I will say, I think RuneScape has really effectively utilized the polling system to find that balance. Because ultimately, it's not like the players get to decide every single thing. Ultimately, Jagex gets to choose what is or is not polled. So they steer the game. They're the invisible hand of God, if you will. Now, all of the things that I've talked about today are what make RuneScape such a powerful force in the modern gaming landscape. We know what we are. We like what we are, and we are willing to forego short-sighted, profit-driven design for the sake of community and longevity. Gamers, my name is...
I'm so close. Would you like the Altarium I make? I mean, if you don't want it, I'll take it. How much XP per hour? I have no idea. I've just been doing it for the rewards.
Tasty Life. Thank you for watching, and stay tasty.
TBH. All right. I gotta go to work in the morning, so I'm about to get off. Subscribe. Watch my videos. They're pretty much like my stream, but better because it's just a bunch of funny shit. But like, all right. Hope you guys have a good night, and I'll be on tomorrow. I'll be on tomorrow after like noon-ish, something like that. And yeah, you're all amazing. Hope you have a great night, and you're all super cool and stuff. All right, peace.